For Mercedes-Benz AMG GT55, courtesy of Mercedes-Benz of Hagerstown in Hagerstown, Maryland. For more information on their inventory, please feel free to check out the link in the description box below. So we are in this one today because this is all new for the 2024 model year, and this is actually a relatively practical two-door coupe, believe it or not. So ultimately in this video, we will be testing out and going over everything about this one, from acceleration to braking, steering feel, ride quality, sound system, exhaust clip, all that fun stuff. So having said all of that, what do you guys say? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. And as always, let's start with pricing. So MSRP for the AMG GT55 will start at $134,900. Of course, there are so many different options for this one. I believe ours is priced right at just a little bit above $160,000. But regardless of the configuration that you go with, the power plant for the GT55 is going to be the same. Powering this beast is a handcrafted AMG 4-liter bi-turbo V8, putting out 469 horsepower at 5,500 RPM, 516 pound-feet of torque, coming in at right around 2,500 RPM. Power sent to all four wheels through the Mercedes 4MATIC all-wheel drive system. Love seeing that. Through a 9-speed automatic with paddle shifters, which you guys know we will be testing out here in a little bit. 0 to 60 time, according to Mercedes-Benz, comes in at 3.8 seconds. I put it that way because typically Mercedes likes to underpromise and overdeliver, so when it's actually really tested, it's probably going to be like closer to 3 seconds or something crazy like that. But top speed, 183 miles per hour. That's impressive, with MPG numbers coming in at 13 in the city, 20 on the highway, taking premium unleaded fuel. And so before we do any kind of fun paddle shifter or acceleration test here on our GT55, did want to mention to you guys the drive mode. Drive modes are actually located all on the steering wheel. There's just knobs. Basically, you turn it to the left and to the right. I'm in comfort right now, but drive modes will include comfort, slippery, sport, sport plus, race. There's a manual mode. There's even a drift mode where you can actually send 100% of the power to the rear wheels, which is pretty stinking cool. And that's accessed through kind of like a paddle shifter combination through in race mode. So it's kind of a secret drift mode, I guess you could say. But adjusting things like the shift points, the throttle response, the steering sensitivity, the exhaust node, all-wheel drive system engagement, and actually the rear axle steering, which is crazy as well. So we'll get more into that later in the video. But now that I've got all of that out of the way, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and find a straightaway. Let's put the paddle shifters here to the test first, and let's see how quickly the paddle shifters are going to react for us here. Yep, they're absolutely insane. Instantaneous, as you would expect from any AMG, or really any Mercedes for the most part. So that is insane. That acceleration was pretty crazy too. But we got to do the acceleration one more time because I got to get back full control to the AMG GT55 here. And yeah, let's see how quickly we can get this one here up to speed. All right, found her straightaway in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, did you guys hear that? Oh man, hang on, let me see if I can do it again. Oh, just a little one. Dang, that was insane, man. There's pops on the exhaust node. I cannot wait till the exhaust clip later in this video, so make sure you watch the entire video because there will be an exhaust clip, I promise you. That was insane. Yeah, plenty of acceleration emerging onto any highway really in the world. And yeah, that exhaust note, I think it was that really impressed me the most. And I love this microfiber steering wheel too. There's several different steering wheel options. We'll get more into that as well later in the video, but that was an incredible acceleration for the AMG GT55. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in comfort driving mode because I want to test out kind of the ride quality later here too. But anyways, to go along with that acceleration, as always, braking is equally important. So up front, you will find 15.4-inch perforated front disc with 6 piston front calipers, the back 14.2-inch perforated rear disc. And believe it or not, yellow brake calipers actually do come standard, but there are optional black brake calipers, and that's actually a free option if you wanted to go that route. But carbon ceramic braking system that goes for $8,950 if you wanted that. Overall, as far as braking feel goes, since there's no one behind us, it's instantaneous, man. Very firm braking feel, instantly brings you to a stop as expected in a car like this, so I love it. But anyways, Then touching on suspension and handling, up front you're going to get an independent multi-link front suspension, in the back independent 5-link rear suspension, but also an adaptive suspension system with anti-roll technology. So essentially it monitors each shock absorber individually, not only adjusting to the road imperfections, giving you a smoother ride, but it also tightens up that suspension during heavy cornering, giving you better handling as well. And again, with the anti-roll technology, if you're taking the turns a little bit quick on some back roads, that's going to assist with the body roll, giving you a much more planted feel and better handling overall. So as far as ride quality goes, since I just put it in that comfort driving mode, like I said, it's actually very nice right now in comfort driving mode, so absolutely no issues there. This is kind of like a touring coupe, really, so plenty of ride quality in this thing. But one thing I did want to mention though, because this is one of my favorite parts too, if I were to change it up, put it in that Sport Plus driving mode, this steering feel is weighted so much on the heavier side of things, it instantly points you in the direction that you want to go. I love the steering feel in this thing, so incredible handling, incredible steering feel, so well done Mercedes for that. Well done AMG probably for that, I should say. As far as cabin noise goes, we're going 29 miles per hour right now, so there's a little bit of road noise, I will say that, but it's nothing that would bother me. But what I really like, quite honestly, is that exhaust note. That's a noise that I could definitely get used to. I 100% absolutely love that, so no issues with the cabin noise for me. But there is one added thing that the AMG GT55 has that most vehicles do not, and I wanted to mention that to you guys. That is called active rear axle steering. I first saw that actually on a Maybach S-Class, and that actually comes standard on this one, believe it or not. So essentially at under 62 miles per hour, the rear wheels are going to steer as well up to 2.5 degrees opposite the front wheels, essentially for a better turning radius. So that is pretty darn cool. I love that feature, and like I said, I'll try to show that to you guys with some B-roll here, but it's a pretty cool freaking feature. Like I said, it's a luxury feature, and that kind of adds to what I've been saying is this is a sports car, but it's like a touring sports car. So I don't know, I love it. Anyways, then touching on rear visibility, I can actually see perfectly fine out the back, believe it or not. Like a lot of coupes like the 370Z or the new Z even, or the C8 Corvette that I drove, the rear visibility is really pretty bad. But with the AMG GT55, this is 100% doable. Like, visibility is brilliant, so absolutely no issues there. On top of that, in terms of forward visibility, rain sensing windshield wipers do come standard on this one, so whenever the AMG detects any kind of mist or rainfall, it's going to automatically turn on those windshield wipers for you, kind of like automatic headlights. Just one less thing you got to worry about there. And again, with forward visibility, right now I'm looking through sunglasses, but that's better. I am looking at a head-up display projecting my speed limit, and safety features up onto my windshield, so better helping me keep my eyes on the road and really help enjoying the drive in this thing, because it is such an enjoyable drive. But anyways, that pretty much rounds out the performance segment of this review, you guys. Let's now go ahead and take a look at the exterior of our brand new 2024 Mercedes-Benz AMG GT55. All right, so here she is, you guys, the new 2024 Mercedes-Benz AMG GT55, finished in Patagonia Red Metallic, which is a $1,650 paint option in case you wanted to go that route. But as always, let's go ahead and start with where this one is made. Taking a look at the VIN, first character is the letter W, indicating that this one is made where it should be, in Germany. So let's go ahead and start up front on this one. Of course, you got those signature AMG bars found on that front grille. You got the AMG logo found in the upper corner there as well. Twin power dome hood, you guys can see that. Definitely a very signature look for this one. Got some front air curtains down to the bottom corners there, helping direct air around the wheel and tire combination, of course. So also looks good, along with this AMG crest, of course, since this is an AMG, found right up there on the front of the hood. Always love that crest. That looks so dang good. As far as the headlights go, they are LED headlights with LED daytime running lights, of course. You do get the automatic feature. You also get automatic high beams coming standard, so when you have your high beams on at night and it senses the vehicle coming in the opposite direction, it's going to automatically dim them back to low beams, and when that vehicle is gone, it's going to automatically bounce it back up to high beams for you there. But you guys also see those three lights. Those are LED accent lights, and that comes standard as well. Mercedes calls those triple element lights, and if you're curious if they have any relation to the 3 points on the Mercedes logo there, that is not the case. Just a coincidence, just in case you were curious about that. But anyways, definitely a very good looking front end, there's no doubt to that. But that pretty much rounds out the front end of this one. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the side. All right, and so now since we are around to the side of this one, so much going on here. Let me go ahead and start with the window surrounds. They're either going to be finished in chrome or a gloss black. depending upon the configuration that you go with. Also with the side skirts and the accents found in the front fenders, again, they're going to be finished either in chrome or a gloss black. As far as the side mirrors go though, they are going to be finished in gloss black no matter what. They are power adjustable, of course. They are heated with LED integrated turn signals as well. They are also power folding. Also wanted to mention to you guys, much like the S-Class and really a lot of other Mercedes out there right now, you do have the flush door handles, so little added aerodynamics there. But interestingly enough, they are finished in with a chrome accent as opposed to the gloss black accents. I'm surprised they didn't finish that one with gloss black as well, so kind of an interesting decision there. If you're curious about what the badging says on the front fenders there, it actually says V8 bi-turbo 4MATIC, so that is what that is there for. Then taking a look at the wheel setup, I'm actually going to get up a little closer to show these to you guys because these are insane. They are AMG specific wheels. They look absolutely amazing. So 20-inch AMG twin 10-spoke alloys do come standard, but there are so many different wheel options. You got 20-inch and 21-inch wheel designs available for this one, and again, so many different options there. But anyways, let me get to that rear spoiler because I know everyone is curious about it, but that pretty much rounds out the side profile. Let's now go ahead and swing around to the back. All right, so since we are around back here, let me just go ahead and start with this rear spoiler here. It is an adaptive rear spoiler, so I noticed when I got up to higher speeds, it would automatically extend there, and then it would retract at lower speeds. So it is going to adjust dependent upon the downforce that is needed at any given time, which is pretty stinking cool. But there are also ways through the infotainment screen as well as on the steering wheel where you can actually manually retract this rear spoiler if you wanted to, as I have done right here. So that is pretty darn cool. It's a very aggressive look. It actually retracts a good bit, so I'm a huge fan of that. I think it looks dang good, but very slimmed down triple LED taillights, again, to match the LED accent lighting on the front headlights there. I think it's cool. It's kind of like this 3D effect here. They kind of pop out a little bit, and you got the AMG lettering found in the bottom portion of those taillights, as well as along with the AMG badging found in the rear trunk there, the rear hatch I should say. Just below it all, you're going to find a gloss black rear diffuser. That looks pretty darn good. LED license plate lighting. That's all the little stuff, but to the bottom corners there is where all the magic happens. You do have dual exhaust outlets with quad tips, again finished in either chrome or this kind of carbon fiber finish that we have on this one here today. So it looks dang good, but I think I know what you guys want next. As always, here is that exhaust clip. And so now, since we are around to the back of the AMG GT55, when it comes to opening that rear hatch, it is actually a hands-free power hatch, believe it or not. There is a button on the key fob as well, and there is a button on the actual back end there to go along with all of that. But once opened up, cargo capacity comes in at 11.3 cubic feet. Now this next part is going to be a little bit different with our configuration. So typically this is a 2+2 seater. You get rear seats, and the rear seats actually do fold down. You get a good bit of space with that as well. But there is a package that eliminates those rear seats for weight savings. That's what that's done for. We actually have that package so that we got no rear seats, and those rear seats do not fold down, unfortunately. So a little less practicality, a little more weight savings, a little quicker acceleration, I guess you could say, in this particular spec. But just wanted to mention that you do have a lot more practicality with the rear seats because they can actually fold down. But there's tons of stuff going on in that cargo area. You got LED cargo lighting, you got tons of straps, you got chrome plated tie-down anchors. You actually have a grocery bag hook back there, which I was surprised to see. There's actually a 12-volt power outlet. Then if you were to lift up underneath of that cargo floor, you're going to find all the tools needed to do a fix-a-flat basically. So quite a bit going on back there, and everything was finished in like this nice carpeting finish in the cargo area as expected as well. But then making our way up to I'll call it the rear seats, although we don't have them, kind of just a storage area in our particular configuration. You got a little bit of netted storage down below, but other than that, it's just a giant storage area. But there are rear seats, like I said, that does come standard as a 2+2 seater. But then making our way up to the front seats, power adjustable front seats do come standard with 4-way power lumbar. Front seats are standard heated. They are memory settings as well. Actually, passenger seat even gets memory settings coming standard for up to 3 different passengers, and also on the driver's side inside, 3 different drivers, of course. Ventilated front seats go for $450 if you wanted those. Multi-contour front seats with the massage function, that's an $1,100 option if you wanted those. And then of course there are the seats that we have today, which are AMG Performance front seats. They go for $2,500 to all one piece. I love them. I think they've been incredibly comfortable in our short little test drive here today. It's a mixture of Napa leather and a microfiber suede in the middle with red contrast stitching. Got the AMG lettering found in the upper portion of the seats. And again, it's all one piece, and even the headrests are perfectly comfortable. So yeah, definitely a big fan of this seating that we have today. The bolsters are incredibly nice. Definitely hold you in place very well around the turns on those back roads I was going. So huge fan of these AMG Performance seats. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the steering wheel, because like I said earlier, there's so many different options here, really for this car in general. But tilt and telescoping, of course, it is power adjustable. It comes leather wrapped. It also comes heated. That comes standard as well. There's a microfiber steering wheel. That's an option that gets for $500. That's actually what we have today. So huge fan of that. I loved that. And also there's a carbon fiber and microfiber suede combination that goes for $900 if you wanted to go that route. But you got the AMG lettering found on the bottom. It is a flat bottom as well, so definitely no issues with the steering wheel. 10 and 2 grips were plenty fine there. Now let's go ahead and make our way to the startup. Let me start by showing you guys the key. You got your AMG lettering on the one side. When you flip it over, lock, unlock, and that button to pop the rear hatch there. The lock button, by the way, is the AMG button at the very top. That is pretty cool, but it is all keyless entry with a push button start. There's a remote start though that's available with the Mercedes Me app. So if you buy the car, just download the Mercedes Me app and you got the remote start as well. But all I'm going to do here is simply put my foot on the brake and press that engine start button located almost just behind the infotainment screen. It's kind of hidden there, but anyways, when it comes to the gauges, wonderful gauge cluster here. It is a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. There's so many different loadouts in typical Mercedes fashion, which they do beautifully. There's a full navigation screen if you wanted to just display the navigation up there. There's an understated look. I've always loved that understated look of Mercedes-Benz. There's the classic loadout. There's a sport loadout. There's super sport, which is what I kept it on during my test drive here today. And there's also a track pace, which is specific for this particular AMG GT55 as well. It looks like it gives you G-force statistics on the left-hand side here. I'll just pull it up. Yeah, G-force is on the left-hand side. You got some, I guess, track information there as well. So that's pretty darn cool. I might actually leave it on that, but so many different customizations to the gauges. That's the point of all those different loadouts. Gives you speed limit recognition, your outside temperature, how many miles you have left until you hit empty. There's just digital loadouts. There's your tachometer information, of course. Pretty much everything you could possibly want on a digital gauge cluster. But now let's go ahead and make our way to overall interior quality. Again, with the options, we're starting with the panorama roof. That's a $2,100 option. We have that, so that's pretty stinking cool. Universal garage door openers for up to 3 different garage doors found just below the frameless rear view mirror. You gotta love that. That comes standard. 64 colors of ambient lighting. I set it to red since we have all the red contrast stitching and the red exterior as well. Thought that looked pretty darn good, but tons of colors there. You also have dual zone climate control. You have illuminated door sills. There is a wireless phone charger up front here as well. And since we're up front, just next to the wireless phone charger here, you have a 12-volt power outlet, a couple USB charging ports. That's also where your cup holders are. Within the center armrest, there is a little bit of storage, not a ton if I'm being honest, but there is an LED light in there and a couple more USB charging ports as well. By the way, the center armrest itself is finished in that microfiber suede finish that is found on the seat, so I love that. Tons of different carbon fiber finishes surrounding all the cup holders here in the infotainment screen. That's also carried onto the doors. The finishes though, honestly, is really what makes this car absolutely incredible. Even the headliner, it's microfiber suede. The glove box, I don't think I've ever seen a suede glove box before until today. That is incredible. Well done, Mercedes-Benz, for that. So let me put this all together for you guys here. You got the microfiber suede, you got authentic carbon fiber, you got Napa leather, and you got aluminum speaker covers. Even the air vents have a weight to them, and they even have ambient lighting right in the middle as well. So as far as interior quality goes, I'm not sure you can beat this. This car might have the very best interior quality that I've ever seen on any of the last 1,000 vehicles, just about 900 and some, but the last 1,000 vehicles that I have reviewed. So well done, Mercedes, you crushed it here. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the infotainment screen though. 11.9-inch color touchscreen display does come standard. Got Bluetooth and audio streaming up there. There's Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and yes, it is wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, so you gotta love that. Factory navigation system coming standard as well. You can adjust your ambient lighting settings up there as expected. You can also adjust your climate control settings up there, as I did when I first started driving this one. There's a bunch of different vehicle settings up there. You can access a bunch of your drive modes if you wanted that. There's the head-up display settings, the list goes on, but basically everything is up there. Even your drive modes you can adjust up there instead of on the steering wheel if you wanted to do that. But also your radio information though, as expected. So when it comes to the sound system, the standard sound system is going to be a 10-speaker Burmester sound system, a surround sound system as Mercedes calls it. 600 watts, 16-channel digital amplifier then. So having said that, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and turn on the radio. Let's see what we got playing today, and let's test out the clarity of this one.
Honestly, I think we just need Jesus.
All right, for one, incredible song. I love that song, but also incredible bass. Like the bass was just left rumbling there. That was insane. Like 10 speakers, honestly, in the size of this vehicle is overkill, but that bass was just absolutely amazing. You could feel that. That was an incredible sound system without a doubt. But last thing I want to mention to you guys on the infotainment screen at least is when you do put this one in reverse, you will find a rear view camera coming standard across the board. You got that surround view monitor there to the left as well, giving you that bird's eye view, letting you know what is completely all around you, which is always going to lead us into safety. And so to start, front side curtain airbags do come standard. You got driver and passenger knee airbags up front as well. Tire pressure monitoring system, of course, also comes standard, but also some of the advanced safety at least. Active brake assist, crosswind assist. There's a Mercedes-Benz emergency call service. I love that one on all vehicles. So essentially, if you get in an accident, aka the airbags deployed, they're actually automatically going to call the car and call you and ask you if you need an ambulance or police or whatever the case. So wonderful feature there. Blind spot assist, attention assist, and the famous Mercedes Parktronic with active parking assist, which will scare the crap out of you at first, but then you'll get used to it and it's absolutely amazing. But overall, when it comes to my final thoughts, insane driving dynamics in the AMG GT55. And quite honestly, there's really no point in my opinion for the 63 because you could save like 50 grand getting the 55 and then just doing a software update to get the same power as the 63, which is essentially what the 63 is. So you got that option. I'm just saying, exhaust note is absolutely brilliant. I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Incredible design, but absolutely stunning interior quality. That's really what gets me. The interior quality is unmatched. Maybe the S-Class, I'll give it that. Maybe the S-Class and the Maybach S-Class can beat it, but it's dang good. But I'm gonna leave you guys one question because I do actually read your comments and I love reading them and responding and all that stuff. Do you get this or do you get the Porsche 911 Carrera? I'm gonna leave